Well, what's up, wild people? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Alexandria Denise, and it's about that time again, talking about hanging up the bow and getting out the shovel because it's almost gardening season. Got some strawberries here, and I think I'm gonna germinate my own strawberries this year. I know some of it seems so hard, but I think it can be done. Some folks have this whole controversy that, oh, you can't germinate store-bought plants, but I have done it before. I've done it before with the heirloom tomatoes that I bought at Whole Foods, and I was like surprised. That was some many years back before I started filming, and I'm gonna give it a try with the strawberries. I have a way I plan to do this, but if that failed, hey, just went out, bought some strawberries from the nursery here, and the ones that I have here in the pot, as you can see, they've been doing pretty well through the season, but they've shriveled up a little bit, kind of went dormant. That's good. My blueberries, my blueberries, my blueberries. I am so proud because it's been a long time coming, and this one right here actually didn't do so well last year. Don't know if you can see that. Okay, yeah, you can. They didn't do so well last year. It was very few buds on it, but as you can see, this year, right now, they've got a whole lot of juicy buds on them. This one was the star last year of the two, so very proud for that one. And we've had some pretty good cold days here in Georgia. You know, blueberries require a certain amount of chill hours before they can produce really well. And yeah, these, I acidified the soil before deer season started and after the growing season ended. That way the pH can drop down and keep the plant nourished through the off season. So proud. It seems like it has done justice. Still have that other rolling flower bed that I built over there, and I think I'm gonna swap some things this year. More so put the corn in the shallow bed here because corn is a shallow root plant and it doesn't exactly need a whole lot of roots room. And it seems the rolling flower bed over there, it was just a lot of room for it. So I'm probably going to end up planting squash and zucchini in that one. I'm going to change out the soil to the blueberries here, replant some strawberries, as well as try to germinate them. So let's get to it. Smile, kitty. You're on TV. You come to help? I swear, it's like every spring a random cat just comes around here. I don't mind it. You don't mind it. Okay. Got that plant out. What you think we should do with this soil? Here, hold on to that. Don't eat it. I'm gonna wait for it. Maybe we should toss it. Or recycle it. That's a better word. Recycle it. Good idea. Good idea, kitty. Alright. Washed out. What are you on break? What are you doing? We just got started. You're already on break? Oh, I see. You don't do water. Got it. Gotcha. You're just here to be cuddly. That's alright. It helps too. So I'm actually going to end up putting the mulch at the bottom of the pot here. That's going to help keep the soil acidified and regulate temperature, as well as stop soil erosion. I was gonna say this for the blueberries. All it is pine needles, but I'll bed some of this down the bottom as well. Not what I wanted to see upon opening this. Ugh. Anyway, this is my black gold. I have put months of coffee grains up in this. Yes, just to help acidify. Acidify. What I want. And apparently that's what this spider wanted too. Get out of there. I'm actually going to end up putting some of the soil acidifier, modeled by the lovely kitty here, in the soil for the strawberries, because it seems that strawberries also do well in acidic soil. So did that last year along with some coffee grains. It kind of kept the ants away too, so it's worth a try. Next we add the soil. I like that the soil is already moist. Strawberries, you really want to keep them moist. And I'm going to work on a drip irrigation system as well for the very hot summer months there. So you don't want the soil too soggy because you don't want root rot, but they do very well in moist soil. Also partial shade. They don't need 24 hours sunlight. They do well 6 hours of sun or 6 to 8 hours of sun and the rest of the day shade. That's why I usually have it towards the back there. My supervisor isn't letting me out of her sight. Got nice black soil here. Add some of the acidifier here. Just a little bit, not too much, and some fertilizer. Kind of mix it all in. Am I doing a good job? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, not good enough? Okay, you give it a try. There we go. Put your paws in it. Think we need a little more? Right. Kat said we gotta put a little more. I gotta put a little more. Sorry, guys. She's the expert. Okay, plants are added. You just trust me way too much with this. She's so relaxed. I think I did a good job though. That's probably why. It's like, you got this, you got this. Gonna add a little all-purpose fertilizer. Ah, that's not how you do it. You're like knocking it all out of the way. Watch this. Wanna help me out? Boop! Fertilized. Top it off with some more wood chips. Just kind of makes it pretty. Sandwiches it in between from what's on the bottom. All right, top it off with the sign. And there. Garden is complete. Or at least the strawberries. Okay, now for the blueberries. And I'm pretty much gonna do just the same thing. Whew. Maybe I should have gone ahead and changed. It's like I said, I'm not gonna get dirty, you know, with my nice tights on. I am barely avoiding it, but that took a little bit of work. The roots have pretty much expanded out. You know when you get the blueberries in a little small pot, the roots are kind of compacted together. Well, since then, they've really broken that formation and just branched out all over the place. So had to do a little bit of root damage there. I know they're kind of sensitive. Sorry, blueberries, but you know, had to get you out of there. As far as with the soil, I think I'm just gonna end up just putting some of the soil acidifier in there. It looks still really good and moist. Probably got some really good stuff in there, but I'll just put a little bit more of that as well as some of this stuff. Now, I'm not sponsored by it or nothing like that, but I find that it also is a soil acidifier as well as with iron, because I had this problem a few years ago where I had a blueberry bush that just turned yellow and died. So it was an iron deficiency. It didn't quite recover, but I've just put a little bit of that in there, you know, for safekeep. There. When I said a little bit, I really meant a little bit, because I'm not exactly sure the measurements of what I need to put with this, but yeah, a little bit probably goes a long way. Yeah, I should definitely keep this soil in here. I still see a lot of the sand and the mulch from last year. It's kind of breaking down up in there, but put a fresh batch up in there. Just repeat the process, keep all the old stuff in there, and I think this plant is gonna really, really thrive. I mean, for a cat, you really don't mind getting dirty. Well, if you like it, I love it. What you doing in there? Oh, helping out? Okay. I gotta put a little more in there. I am also going to fertilize the blueberries, meaning feed them, but instead with this. I'm going to spread that out on the top so that way when it rains or any type of water, it slowly seeps down and give a continuous feed. So top that off with some mulch and I'll be done. Gardening buddy is taking a water break. Voila! And in just a moment, this one will be looking like this one. Yes, ma'am. I swear she's always watching me. So while it's gardening season for me, it's hunting season for her, so she's going off and on the prowl. But this is good because this is exactly what I want to see. So it was pretty decomposed down here at the bottom of this one as well. The root system on this one did fabulously. And this is what I want to see. I want to see it moist at the bottom when it does rain. You don't want any of your plants to sit in the moisture. You want it to have a good drainage at the bottom there because you don't want it to rot the roots. Because what could happen is almost like when you put your hand in water for too long, it starts to prune. So the same thing can happen to the roots unless it's a water-based plant. So blueberries and strawberries do very well in moist soil. And the bottom here with all the mulch and pine needles here, it really helps lock in that soil, regulate temperature. So it was a little warm in the middle, which is great. That's from the sunlight. And it was cold at the bottom, or cooler at the bottom, and that's beautiful. That is just beautiful, and that's why the plants are looking the way that they are. Now I chose to do it around this time right now because look at how tight budded a lot of the buds are here. They're pretty tight, and that's what I want to, because when they start to flower out, I really don't want to knock those flower petals off. That's going to help grow the blueberries. We just had snow like Saturday. It didn't stick, but come on, snow in March. But I mean, it's kind of typical, but at the same time in the South, whatever. But the weather has been crazy bipolar, and I just don't see myself like, doing too much until it gets really, really good out. Anyway, moving on. All right, guys, so I'm back inside and everything. I got some stuff situated, and I went to the store and got my sexy strawberry, accompanied by the beautiful blackberry, and I am going to do this experiment. Now, if you guys probably remember from your earliest science lesson in grade school, you probably already know what I'm about to do. I was thinking about this, and I was like, you know what? I just totally wonder. So I was like, why don't I do this little experiment that I remember when I was a kid, where you took the beans and you put it in a moist paper bag or a Ziploc bag with some brown paper towels, and you stick it in a windowsill and watch the humidity just take it away. And with Georgia's heat ramping up, we got plenty of humidity, and I'm curious. I am excited. I am going to get this started. So in order to get the seeds off the strawberry here, I am going to just cut very delicately on the skin surface of it all. I can't do this while I'm filming, but you get the picture. It's almost like just really scraping the skin off. I'm not going to worry about plucking the seeds off of the strawberry. I'm just going to, slice the skin, and hopefully as the seed germinates, the skin of the strawberry, which is here, will act as a little fertilizer or soil to the actual seed as it starts to germinate in the humidity of the plastic bag. So I'm gonna do that real quick. And there we go. All right, nothing too fancy. I did my best doing a little bit of surgery here, just taking the skin off. No, I can't believe if somebody actually wants to eat their strawberry like that. They were like, no, my strawberry has to be peeled. Has to be peeled. No other way I'm eating it. And then that person just have to, the cook or chef or whoever's preparing their food, just have to go and peel their strawberry. And that would suck. But anyway, yeah. So, I think I did a nice little job. And I will end up taking this brown paper here and putting it in the Ziploc bag. But I'm going to actually moist this first, like just damp it. You don't want it too dry. You really don't want it to dry out either. That's the whole purpose of wetting it, is to keep that humidity in the bag going. So this will be damped, and this, you'll see, it'll be on the paper right there. There we go. Now as for the blackberry here, man, I want to eat this so bad, but I was like, no, it's the specimen, you gotta do this. So what I'm gonna do, sadly enough, I'm just gonna smear it. Ew, I hate that I had to do that, but the seeds are all inside. I'm just gonna smear it. I'm not gonna worry about getting them all out of the sheave here. You know, just smear it as good as I can over here. I should have done this on the already wet paper towel here, but I'll get to that. All right, and what we have here, 2 plastic bags with both the strawberry and the blackberry. And I realized that the blackberry bag actually has a slit in it, a tear. Just my luck. I'll have to wait till tomorrow to fix that. But I'm gonna end up putting this in the car window instead of the house window, because the house window, I mean, the sun is always moving, or the earth is moving. Sorry, got a mission. Okay, I'm back. So, as I was saying, the earth is moving around the sun, and therefore, you know, sunlight just doesn't stay still long enough for it to have constant humidity in my windowsill. So, therefore, I would have to put it in the car window where it can get at least, you know, a good 12 hours of sun, however long the sun feel like staying up, you know, and yeah, so you get it. But the idea of the whole thing is to cause a greenhouse effect. You know, the air inside of the bag gets heated with moisture and everything, and it activates the seed. You get it. Look it up. But that's what's going to happen. That's what I'm going to do. And stay tuned to see what becomes of it.